Thanks for joining us today for another episode of Ask the Expert here at SILCA. I'm Travis, and today we're going to be going over our Synergetic chain lube. This is an oil-based chain lube, a little bit different than our wax-based products that we also sell. This is the best oil-based chain lube that's ever been tested by Zero Friction Cycling for wear, longevity. So we're going to go ahead and lubricate the boss's bike here, and as we're building up this Le Mans, we still need some tires, but we're going to go ahead and get the chain lubricated and ready to go. Alrighty, so the process for our Synergetic chain lube is a little bit easier than our wax-based products that you might be a little bit more familiar with. First step, we're just going to give the chain a quick clean with one of our gear wipes. We're just going to go ahead and make sure that we get it as clean as we can, so that when we drip the oil on, it's going on to a nice clean surface. So we'll go ahead and clean that now. Alrighty, then now that we have a nice clean chain, we're just going to drop a single drop of Synergetic per link, and then we're going to wipe off the excess on the outside, and then we'll be ready to ride. We'll go ahead and drop it on now. Alright, now that we have one drop per link, what we're going to do is just spin the chain a few times to let it work itself in, give it a minute, and then we're going to wipe off any excess so that we're not attracting any dirt or grit, or as little as possible. Now we're going to take our microfiber towel, and we're going to go ahead and just wipe off that extra chain lube that might be on the outside. Really what we're trying to do is get it deep down into the pins and rollers and make sure that all the moving parts are lubricated. We really don't need any lube on the outside of the chain. Loading it up and leaving it on there just makes a dirty drivetrain, and a dirty drivetrain is a slow drivetrain. So we'll clean it up now, and then we'll be ready to ride. Alright, now that we have the chain lubricated and ready to go, just go ahead and repeat this process anytime you're out in a wet or dirty ride, or about every 500 miles is probably the relube interval if you're riding in clean, dry conditions. So it's going to give you a really long-lasting effect on the chain. Alrighty, now that we're ready to go, we can cover some of the common questions that we get about Synergetic and even some of our other lubricants. So, if you use Synergetic, can you go ahead and use Secret Chain Blend? Yes, but we're going to want to go and strip all of that oil off of the chain before we wax anything, and vice versa. So if you're using our Super Secret Chain Lube or our Secret Blend Hot Wax, we're going to want to get that wax product off of the chain before we start using the oil-based product. They just don't mix very well, and you want to make sure they're bonding to metal. So to get rid of the wax, you can simply pour boiling water over the chain, and that will melt that wax right off. One of the other questions that we get a lot is the little bit of a variance in color of Synergetic. One thing you want to do before you apply is give it a good shake, and that'll get all of the tungsten disulfide and our little secret ingredient in there, get it all mixed up for you. But the black color is actually provided by the tungsten disulfide, and it can get impregnated in the imperfections in the plastic, and there's a little bit of a variance in the amount that we use. So we have a little bit of a lighter one, a little bit of a darker one, and really that color is down to the tungsten disulfide. Both of them have more than enough, typically 2 to 3 times as much as we need to have the effects. So no worries there on performance. It might just look a little bit different. Alrighty, well, thanks for joining us today for another episode of Ask the Expert. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below and we'll get them answered as soon as possible.